Rush Limbaugh rolling in his grave over many of these stories, especially the second one. Let's get into it. 41 Tennesseans killed by illegal aliens in 2025. Where are the protests? Rush Limbaugh rolls in grave as new Tennessee bill would prohibit internet and mail order cigar sales and also tack on a bunch of fines. These guys need to find something else to work on. Bill criminalizing illegal immigrants in Tennessee with final deportation order to be heard in subcommittee. TV show dilapidated hotel Ford plant on the top of the pork report. Lord, the Republicans love to waste our hard-earned taxpayer money here in Tennessee. Bill allowing for no bid contracts because, gosh, that certainly doesn't cause any waste of taxpayer money. Unanimously clears Tennessee Senate because what could go wrong? Court rules that Covenant School shooting investigation records must be released. No Pride Flag or Month set to be heard in Tennessee. Subcommittee and bill encouraging Tennessee schools to display the Ten Commandments passes. The House Subcommittee. It's Brandon Lewis here. I'm going to try to rip through these stories as quickly as possible. I've got an upcoming appointment. Guys, listen. We have watched all across the nation as liberals have gotten out and protested ICE. And we had two incidents, right? The lady trying to run the dude over gets shot. The dude fidgeting with his gun and doing all kinds of stuff with law enforcement around gets shot. But we've had 41 Tennesseans get killed by illegal aliens in 2025, and I just wonder where the protests are. I don't see the liberals out protesting, and in fact, I think conservatives should be out protesting for sure. Let's get into it. According to a 2025 immigration report by the Tennessee District Attorney General Conference, 41 Tennesseans died either to criminal homicide, first degree murder, second degree murder, or vehicular homicide committed by individuals who had not been granted permission to be in the United States. Many of these are charged with multiple offenses in 169 different categories. There were 21,648 charges, of which 2,183 were violent, which means 10% of these violations are not traffic stops. But here are the top 10 as reported. Traffic, 3955, driving without a license, 3771, DUI, because nothing real bad happens when you drive drunk. 2,920, driving on suspended canceled license, 1,547, domestic assault, 966. I'm sure these are mainly people beating their wives. Failure to appear, 798, public intoxication, 707, open container, 623, aggravated assault, 452, violation of probation, and 112 were crimes committed against children. Where are the protests? Rush Limbaugh rolls in grave. New Tennessee bill would prohibit internet and mail order cigar sales and tax small business owners. You know, it's funny. Shane Reeves and Charlie Baum, they got plenty of time to dole out millions and billions in corporate welfare, but they're coming after the small business owners. This drives me nuts. Cigars have been smoked in the United States of America since before its founding. The Indians did it. It predates 1776. Next thing you know, Shane Reeves and Charlie Baum are going to go after buggy whip manufacturers and start, regulating them as well as if it's needed. Listen to this. A newly introduced Tobacco Product Retailing Licensing Act, what a bunch of BS, has some consumers disconcerted, not just because it would prohibit online and mail order sales of tobacco or vape products, but because of added complications for local retailers. Yeah, let's increase the prices for consumers by adding regulation and taxes. And if you go down to see your buddy Bob that sells cigars down the street here, okay, you and Bob, you go smoke a cigar every once in a while in his establishment. Hey Bob, can you can you mail me those cigars so I don't have to come in? Oh, those aren't in yet? Nah, can't do it. Why? Because Shane Reeves and Charlie Baum are going to write a new law to make it hard for consumers and businesses to get together because that's conservative schmucks. This bill would make it illegal for retailers to ship cigars directly to consumers in the state. Require age verification for buyers over 21. You know what I see a lot out there? I see kids smoking big stogies, Shane. Charlie, it's just an epidemic everywhere I go. These kids smoking the big stogies. Have you ever gone into a cigar shop? You know how often I've ever seen a kid anywhere near or around my entire life smoking cigars. Never. And would place tobacco products under the authority of the Tennessee Alcohol Commission, because everybody loves dealing with those people. 15-page act. Cigars were being sold just fine before, but Shane and Charlie gonna make it better here, boy. I bet if we go and look, and I'm gonna go take a dig into this. I just didn't ran out of time. I bet if we go look at their contributions, Shane Reeves and Charlie Baum, I bet I can find some people that could probably benefit from this legislation going forward, and I bet it ain't a bunch of small business owners. I guarantee Shane Reeves gets probably at least 94, 92% of all his money from outside the district and from special interest. I'll bet that. I bet old Charlie's not far behind him. So they're going to do a tobacco retail license, which would include an initial $250 application fee tacked onto your cigar prices and an annual $250 renewal fee tacked onto your license. It also outlines enforcement measures, including civil penalties of 25 up to 20,000, suspension of license, repeated violators, a dedicated tobacco product enforcement fund. Yeah, we really need that, Shane. That's going to turn things around here in the state. Oh, great. This is good. Additionally, the bill would empower Tennessee Alcohol Commission to conduct underage compliance checks, seize contraband products, and keep its own database. Yeah, that's what you need. We need some more of these ABC folks going around harassing small businesses all the time that try to entrap them. Shane Reeves, we need taxes, we need entrapment, and we need a tobacco fund. Who cooks this crap up? Who has time to mess with this? All right, moving on. Bunch of BS. Call them. Call them and tell them no. Bill criminalizing illegal immigrants with final deportation order to be heard in subcommittee. The first illegal immigration bill to be heard in this session will be in front of the Justice Committee on Wednesday, February 11th. It is now February 6th as I record this legislation sponsored by the House Senate Majority Leaders William Lambert and Jack Johnson. It creates a Class A misdemeanor if you're found in this state and you have a final deportation order. So call the committee, support that. Sounds like a good one. Millions of dollars in incentives for a television show about the lives of emergency responders. City issued bonds for dilapidated Memphis hotel and nearly $1 billion in tax breaks for Ford Motor Company made the list of Tennessee's top wasteful spending last year, according to the Beacon Center. Hey, Shane Reeves, Charlie, I got something else more important here. $1 billion of waste. Maybe leave the cigar smokers alone, and maybe the $1 billion in waste we go after. No, they got priorities. The finalists include 10 million in state incentives for 911 Nashville. Why is the freaking government involved in making TV shows? The financial commitment approved by the Tennessee Entertainment Commission was the highest incentive given to a single show. Beacon Center said the shows received lackluster reviews, and a previous 911 spinoff has been canceled. Tennessee lured Ford Motor Company, told them, hey, you come to Haywood County, you can tell people to put masks on, we can force them to vaccinate, whatever it takes, old Ford, if you just come here, please, please, please. Oh, they were going to begin in 2025? It's been pushed to 2029. The company has scrapped its plan to build those electric cars. They were losing a couple $1 billion every year. I'm telling you, an idiot could have seen this coming, and this is what our Republicans think the money needs to be put into. Y'all losing $2 billion a year building these things? Boy, we'd like to give you a bunch of money to lose more and come here. How could that turn out wrong? Guys, if you want to do stuff, why don't you just run it by me? Call me and maybe a fifth grader just off the street. Run this stuff by them. They could tell you that it wouldn't work out. Purchase of a Sheraton Memphis downtown hotel also made the list. They run a real tight ship in Memphis. The city of Memphis issued $30 million of bond to cover a $22 million purchase for a hotel. Guys, government doesn't need to do anything that requires high customer service or either apparently much thinking and something that's complex. Y'all aren't good at it. Stay out of it. Pave the roads, do the fundamentals, first responders, etc. Good grief, guys. Are you hearing these stories anywhere else? Are you? I doubt it because I don't see them anywhere else. We're the only news outlet that brings these types of stories to you. We're the only ones that care about it. So if you want us to continue to do it, please do go to TennesseeConservativeNews.com, hit support button, give. I appreciate all of you who gave to our annual fund campaign. We have our highest expenses as we roll into the legislative session. You can also mail I almost said PAC checks. We can't don't take PAC checks. Republican leadership takes a lot of PAC checks, though. It's what keeps that thing going up there. You can mail your personal checks to P.O. Box 625, Signal Mountain, Tennessee 37377. That's P.O. Box 625, Signal Mountain, Tennessee 37377. Bill allowing for no bid contracts unanimously clears Tennessee Senate. A bill allowing local governments to enter contracts without first completing a bidding process unanimously passed the Senate. Sponsored by Republican Senator Paul Bailey. That's kind of surprising. As a carryover from last year, which states local governments may purchase goods and services without a big contract awarded from General Service Administration scheduled contracts at prices equal to the vendor's current GSA schedule price. Yeah. I bet that GSA schedule price is through the roof and has no reflection on the market. I think no bid contracts are a bad thing. Apparently not. Court rules that Covenant school shooting investigation records must be released. The Tennessee Court of Appeals has ruled that records related to Covenant school shooting must be released to the public. In a unanimous decision on February 4th, the court overturned previous trial ruling that blocked files pertaining to the investigation for almost 2 years. Whenever you see things, I mean, if the government's doing something with your taxpayer dollars, they should just be able to release the records. And when you see that they aren't or they're slow walking it, typically there's something nefarious going on. No Pride Flag Month or Act to be heard by the Tennessee Subcommittee. Representative Gino Bolso's act will be heard in the House Public Service Committee on Wednesday, February 11th. It would mandate that I'm not going to say that long acronym, gay flags or other emblems cannot be displayed or maintained on the property of the state, any political subdivision of the state, building on the grounds of which employees, volunteers, agents, etc. It'd be prohibited from officially recognizing or acknowledging the month of June or any other kind of gay pride period. I think this is a great bill. I'm glad to see it go, and it's sponsored also by Joey Hensley in the Senate. Let's get this across the finish line. Of course, you can't count on Randy McNally's vote or the other Republicans that walked out during the last vote in committee. Such cowards. It's amazing. It's like I don't even listen to our constituency. Final story, bill encouraging schools to display the Ten Commandments passes in House committee. Along 15-4 on party lines in the Education Committee. Representative Michael Hale brought this, and it could be displayed along with other things like the Declaration of Independence, the United States Constitution, Bill of Rights, Tennessee Constitution, which I don't know that many state reps or senators have read up there. Just went through COVID. I don't think they ever cracked the book on that one. The bill has been placed on the House consent calendar for approval Monday, February the 9th, but the Senate version has yet to make any progress in the Senate. Guys, that's it. What's going on this weekend? I got to go pick up a $600 Dave Matthews poster for a fraternity brother of mine in South Carolina. So I'm running off the mountain to do that for him. He's a collector of that type of memorabilia. And my daughter, my oldest, and I are going to go on a little daddy-daughter date. And we're also going to go to the gym right after. I celebrated 15 years of marriage wife to my wife. You never know. You got to specify today. You could be married to could be married to another man, a toaster oven, a Komodo dragon, a tree. I think somebody recently married a tree in some state recently. Proposed to it. I don't know if it said yes back. I don't know how it went. I got lots of jokes I could make. One of which is very funny but inappropriate, so I'm gonna leave it alone. So Saturday, I'm going to dink around here, and then I've got an event to go to that is a surprise event, and I can't tell you about the surprise event because it would ruin the surprise. I'll tell you about it later. And then we're going to church, and Sunday, I think we're going to diddle around the house, and then I'm going to watch the Turning Point USA halftime show because I'm very curious to see how they do that, and I do like some of the artists pretty well, but more than anything, I'm just looking. So maybe I can provide you with some political commentary. We don't focus on federal stuff very much. Guys, love you, mean it. Thank you. That's what's going on. This is the 10 Con Big 7. I will see you next week. Do keep up with what's going on in the legislature because you may have to pick up the phone, send an email, go visit, throw bricks through somebody's window. You never know. You never know what forms of activism you may have to take to get these folks to just listen to their constituents and do common sense things. Guys, Brandon Lewis here. Talk to you next week. Take care.